हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल वन विजन एमबीबीएस। आज हम पढ़ेंगे कि पिछले वीडियो में हमने पढ़ा था ना कैवर्नस साइनस का। ओके, तो पिछला वीडियो बहुत लंबा हो गया था, इसलिए पिछले वीडियो में हमने पूरा का पूरा देखिए ना ये चार्ट बना लिया था। ओके, तो इस वीडियो में हम इस चार्ट को एक बार फिर से देख लेते हैं। ओके, क्योंकि पिछले वीडियो में हमने लिखा था चार्ट, अगर लिखने से आपको याद नहीं रहा है तो सीधी इस वीडियो। ओके, for remain and try to remember it, okay, with me। okay, तो ओके देखिए हम स्टार्ट करते हैं कैवर्नस साइनस। ओके, तो कैवर्नस साइनस इट प्रेजेंट आइदर साइड ऑफ स्फिनोइड बॉडी इन मीडियल cranial fossa। ओके, प्रेजेंट आइदर साइड ऑफ sphenoid body in medial cranial fossa। okay, and then we learn its extent, boundaries, relation, okay, then content, and last we learn, okay, channels, okay, of cavernous sinus line to line। okay, first we start from extent। ओके, फर्स्ट एंटीरियर एंड पोस्टीरियर। ओके, एक्सटेंड में हमें सिर्फ दो याद रखने, एंटीरियर साइड एक्सटेंड और पोस्टीरियर साइड एक्सटेंड। ओके, तो एंटीरियर साइड होगा मीडियल एंड ऑफ सुपीरियर ऑर्बिटल फीसर and the posteriorly extend up to apex of petrous temporal bone। Then boundaries, there are we learn four boundaries। okay, floor, medial wall, roof and lateral wall। Floor and medial wall are bounded by endosteal durameter of brain। okay, endosteal durameter, and roof and lateral wall are bounded by meningeal durameter। okay, floor and medial wall bounded by endosteal durameter and roof and lateral wall bounded by meningeal durameter। okay, then relation, okay, relation we go we study a superior, inferior, medial, lateral, anterior and posterior, all the relation। okay, line to line। okay, first superior relation। okay, in the superior relation we remember 4 points, we have to remember 4 points: optic chiasma, optic canal, internal carotid artery and anterior perforated substance। Inferiorly, foramen lacerum and junction of body and greater wing of sphenoid। okay, inferior relations are first foramen lacerum and second one is junction of body and greater wing of sphenoid। Medial relation is pituitary gland, which also known as hypophysis cerebri, and the second one is sphenoid air sinus। okay, first one is pituitary gland means hypophysis cerebri and the second one is sphenoid air sinus। Then third is then the lateral relation। okay, lateral relation is temporal lobe with uncus, and the second one is which was not which was not situated laterally but laterally below। okay, below laterally there is this is the mandibular nerve, which structure mandibular nerve। then the anteriorly related with superior orbital fissure, which is we learn in the extend। okay, anterior extend up to medial end of superior orbital fissure। okay, then the second anterior relation is apex of orbit। Then the posterior relations are first one is crus cerebri of midbrain and the second one is apex of petrous temporal bone। okay, which structure? Crus cerebri of midbrain and apex of petrous temporal bone। okay, then content, okay, we study the content in two parts within lateral wall means lateral aspect and medial aspect। okay, in lateral aspect there are four nerves, okay, which are oculomotor nerve, trochlear nerve, ophthalmic nerve and maxillary nerve। okay, oculomotor nerve in the anterior part of sinus divided into two divisions, superior division and inferior division, then both division leaves the sinus by superior orbital fissure। okay, then second one is trochlear nerve in the anterior part of sinus it cross oculomotor nerve superiorly and enter into the orbit by superior orbital fissure, means through superior orbital fissure. Then third one is ophthalmic nerve. In the anterior part of sinus, it gives three branch: lacrimal nerve, frontal nerve, and nasociliary nerve. Okay. Then fourth one is maxillary nerve, which leaves the sinus by foramen rotundum and goes into the pterygopalatine fossa. Okay, maxillary nerve leaves the sinus by foramen rotundum and goes into the pterygopalatine fossa. Then medial aspect content. Okay, content which related with medial wall. Okay, means within the medial wall there are two contents. Okay, internal carotid artery and abducent nerve. First one is internal carotid artery, which is surrounded by venous and sympathetic nerve plexus. Then abducent nerve is situated inferolaterally to the internal carotid artery. Both internal carotid artery and abducent nerve separated from blood. Okay, from blood by endothelial lining. Okay, both structure are separated from blood by endothelial lining. Then we goes on the channels of cavernous sinus, which okay, channels, there are two channels: incoming channels through which blood comes into the channel, and some are draining, means outflowing channels from which blood goes outside to the cavernous sinus. Okay, so first we see the incoming channels. It is also known as tributaries. Okay, tributaries of cavernous sinus. Okay, there are three sources by which is communicate with the cavernous sinus. Okay, through some venous veins and sinuses. Okay, there are three source: orbit, meninges, and brain. Okay, these three source we'll see this line to line. Okay, first orbit. From orbit, blood goes into the cavernous sinus through three veins. Okay, superior ophthalmic vein, inferior ophthalmic vein, and central vein of retina. Okay, central vein of retina are not present always. Okay, it is not always present, it is present in some time. Okay, means some people has a central vein of retina which drain the blood into the cavernous sinus through incoming channels. Okay, second one is meninges through sphenoparietal sinus, and second one is anterior or frontal trunk of medial meningeal vein. Okay, and third one is brain through superficial medial cerebral vein and inferior cerebral vein. Okay, which one? Superficial medial cerebral vein and inferior cerebral vein. Okay, then we see the draining or communications, means draining channels and communications channels. Through these draining channels, cavernous sinus communicate with the other sinuses. Okay, let's see in 7 part. Okay, means cavernous sinus communicate with other 7 structures. Okay, through some sinus or some veins. Okay, first, cavernous sinus communicate with the transverse sinus via superior petrosal sinus. Then second one is communicate with internal jugular vein via inferior petrosal sinus. Okay, let's see, here is a superior petrosal sinus which communicate cavernous sinus to the transverse sinus, and here this is the inferior petrosal sinus which communicate internal jugular vein and cavernous sinus. Let's see, remember, this is the petrosal, and here we learn, we see the petrous temporal bone. Okay, this is the petrous, and this is the petrosal. Okay, don't mistake within this. Okay, and third one is pterygovenous plexus via communication between the pterygovenous plexus and cavernous sinus via emissary vein. Okay, then the pathway of emissary vein is foramen ovale, then foramen lacerum, and then emissary sphenoidal foramen. Okay, fourth one is communication with facial vein. Okay, via two pathway. Okay, first one is superior ophthalmic vein, then angular vein, and then you join with facial vein. Okay, this is the first pathway, and the second route is emissary vein joined to the pterygovenous plexus, then deep facial vein, and deep facial vein drain into the facial vein. Okay, this is the second pathway. Third is opposite cavernous sinus, means there are two sinus in the brain. Okay, there are two sinuses in the brain. Okay, means that two cavernous sinuses. Okay, the both cavernous sinus communicate with each other via anterior and posterior intercavernous sinus. Okay, then the sixth one is a superior sagittal sinus communicate with cavernous sinus via superficial medial cerebral vein and superior anastomotic vein. Okay, which one? Superficial medial cerebral vein and superior anastomotic vein. Okay, and the last one is inferior vertebral venous plexus via basilar venous plexus. Okay, so this is the all about of theory of venous theory of cervical plexus. Okay, thank you everyone, thank you for watching this video.